We're in the back of the car today. Have y'all drank your water today? I know you haven't. I know you haven't.
I drink a little cup of water every day so I can take my allergy meds.
That's not enough! Water tastes bad. Okay, y'all. Welcome back to Peace of Mind. We got a few changes coming to this week-old channel.
Keaton, you have 21 subscribers. Keaton, no one is watching your videos enough to care about changes to your channels.
No one cares! If I have 1,000 views, awesome. If I have 100 views, great. If I have one viewer, that viewer is me. If I have 0 viewers, then I'm dead.
Keaton, you'd watch your own videos?
Yes! I'm hilarious. Anyway, I've realized that 2 to 3 videos a week is a little ambitious considering my schedule. So I'm changing that to 1 video a week. You're getting one. You're getting 1 video a week. This is so you'll watch one of my videos, fall in love with me because it's inevitable. Watch all of my videos, subscribe, hit the bell, and wonder, when will this beautiful man bless my feed with a new video? And you will think about it all week, and I finally post, and you'll be elated. You'll be so happy. It's a symbiotic relationship we got here. You know, you give me views, and I provide wondrous content and laughs and some eye candy for your feed. Okay, now to the actual topic of the video. So, in 2024, I've decided to pick up reading again. When I was a youngin', I was an avid reader, a big reader, a huge freaking nerd. But in 8th and 9th grade, I got a little taste of what not caring about school felt like, and it felt pretty awesome, so I just stopped reading altogether. You know, nothing really felt interesting to me anymore. Harry Potter lost his magic, Katniss shot her last arrow, Sir Small got eaten by the dragonfly. But it was about my senior year of high school, I really just started to like reading again. The books we were reading in class were super interesting to me, and I just liked reading them. I still never had time to read, it felt like. I was always doing something, or being somewhere, or doing something, or being somewhere, doing something, and being somewhere, doing something, and being something. But now in college, I have a lot of time to do reading, and I'm actually really excited about doing it. Like I have time in my schedule. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you the books that I'm reading right now, and a brief explanation of the book and why I'm reading it. Then we're going to be talking about some books that I'm really excited to read and I want to read. Got it? Good? Let us begin. So we're going to start with all the books that I have to read for a class that I'm taking about martyrdom in the Christian tradition. Interesting stuff? For me, yes. For other people, probably not as much. I don't know. So I have like 5 books that I have to read for the class. The first 3 books are Bonhoeffer's Martyr, The Purple Crown, and A Noble Death. These are books that are just super academic. Nothing particularly like exciting or interesting or really cool about them, just information. Purple Crown actually is written by the professor of the class, who's actually super awesome. These 2, however, these books are some of the hardest books to read. And this one smells funny because it's mad old. But they're like actually difficult to read. And it's really taken me some time to get through these. I have to take notes, do stuff like that. Take notes on your books. It's good for you. Do it. Do it. If it's for a class, at least. Take notes in your books. Do it. The next 2 for the class I have to read is The Power and Glory and Silence, which I have Silence with me right now, but they're 2 fictional stories that I'm really excited to read. And there's actually a movie about Silence with Andrew Garfield in it. So I gotta watch that little film. I couldn't really tell you what they're about because I haven't read them yet, but they're supposed to be really good and I'm gonna trust it. Next couple of books are books that I'm currently reading and books that I want to read as well, just for entertainment purposes. So the first book I actually finished in the new year is The Lightning Thief, Percy Jackson. I loved Percy Jackson as a kid. I loved the whole series. Gods of Olympus and everything. Like, great freaking series. And now it's made to a phenomenal show. Like, seriously, go watch that show. It's amazing if you have Disney Plus. I had to read it again because of the show. I had to read it again. I just had to. And I finished the book, and it truly did make me feel like a kid again, and I absolutely loved it. It made me it sparked some kind of thing in my brain. It's like, oh, you actually like to read. I plan on reading the whole series again. They're super easy reads that aren't just for kids. I mean, Percy Jackson kills a lot of things in the books. I mean, a ton of things. Like, positive KD for sure. The next book that I'm making my way through is called Meditations by Marcus, the man who solved the universe, Aurelius. Freaking amazing book. This book is filled to the brim with knowledge and wisdom. I think men specifically need to read this book. It transformed the way I think, the way I rest, the way I do anything. I move with purpose. It's truly a beautiful thing. The thing is, Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, he didn't even know it was going to be published and mass-produced. He died thinking that these were just his private thoughts that no one would ever read. It was truly just for him and how to be a better man, person, ruler. It's a good read, and I recommend it to anyone, not just dudes. The next book I'm reading is The Fellowship of the Ring. Now, I have a confession to make. It's pretty serious, and I don't know if I can say this without getting demonetized. I'm not monetized. But here goes. I've never seen any of the Lord of the Rings. I just never got around to it. I also wanted to read the books before I watched the movies, and I just never did. So don't crucify me in the comments. Or do. Please crucify me in the comments for never seeing Lord of the Rings. Thanks for the free engagement. But I'm super excited to read this. It's a classic, stood the test of time, so I've heard. It's a beloved story. It's not like I didn't want to read it. It just was not timely. So now it is. The next book that I'm reading is called The Four Loves by C.S. Lewis. I've read this book like 3 other times. It's short, it's simple, and a must-read for Christians. It's also almost Valentine's Day, so if you're into that kind of stuff, like, oh, it's love. Look at that. It's love, and it's Valentine's Day. And, oh. Spoiler alert, everybody. I don't like Valentine's Day at all, and I'm making a video about it. Now we're getting into some of my need-to-read list. These are books that I don't own, but I want to read them, like, real bad. Real bad. So the first few on the list are a man by the name of Cormac McCarthy. Cormac McCarthy is an author that is kind of dark. The first 3 on my list are The Road, Blood Meridian, and No Country for Old Men. If you've seen No Country for Old Men, you kind of know how Cormac McCarthy writes. And these are classic. Wendy Goon made a video on The Blood Meridian. I just have to read this, dude, because I'm kind of into those stories that are dark and make you think a lot. The next 2 on my list are by a man named Shusaku Endo. Shusaku Endo is the same author who wrote Silence, and my professor recommended him in class, and seems to be right in the alley of Cormac McCarthy with the dark stories that are just real. And the 2 on my list are called The Wonderful Fool and The Girl I Left Behind. The next book on my list is The Great Gatsby. Now, if you know me, you might know that currently I do not like The Great Gatsby. But the last time I read it, I was in my I don't care phase. So I want to give it another chance. It's classic. People love this book. And when I say I don't like it, and people ask me why, I don't really have a good answer. So yeah, maybe I just need a change. The next book I put on my list is called Ulysses by James Joyce. I literally have no idea what this book is about or why I put it on the list. But it's there, and I'm sticking with it, so I guess we'll figure it out. The next book is called All Quiet on the Western Front. Now, I committed a sin. I've seen all 3 movie iterations of this book, but I never read the book, and I feel like a fraud. I didn't even know it was a book when I watched the movies. Great movies, set in World War I, takes perspective of a German soldier, and it really brings out that war was not meant to be glorified in the slightest. The next book is called The Devil All the Time by Donald Ray Pollock. I have no idea what this book is about, but there's a movie about it that I want to watch, and my bones, my soul, tells me that I have to read the book before I watch the movie. Like I said, it's a sin not to. The last book on my list currently is The Great Divorce by C.S. Lewis. This is an apparent must-read for Christians in the modern world. I've never read it, so I'm going to read it. That's pretty much it about that book. Well, that's all the books that I am going to or planning on reading. We won't talk about books on this channel again, ever. I promise. We're going to be doing book check-ins like every other month or so. Like, I'll be making my way through the books and I'll tell you all about them, you know. And if y'all are interested, we'll do a book club. We'll basically just read a book that I assign to y'all every month. Then after a month, I'll make another book club video where I talk about how I felt about the book, what I got from the book, and y'all can tell me how y'all felt about the book in the comments. And I'll assign another book for the next month. And this is only if enough people are interested. I'm not doing this by myself. And please, in the comments, if you have any books that you recommend, I'll read them. I'll do it. I will read the heck out of them. I'll do it. Just put them in the comments. Put recommendations in the comments. I love me some books. Just let me know. Well, that's all for this video. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any uploads from me. Because if you do miss uploads, a monkey wearing the silliest hat you can even think of may or may not come and tickle you in the dark hours of the night. Okay, bye. Jesus loves you.
Man, I'm a nerd.